So much for that. Well, at least Dune was good. I'm glad my instincts were right and I didn't pay these people to go to the movies. But yeah, The Matrix 4 sucked. I saw it on HBO Max. So, yes, I'm part of the reason that it's bombing in theaters. And I'm glad I am because that's what it deserves. For the first film to be my favorite film of all time, definitely a letdown. Especially because it's the same people, same directors, same actors, same writers. It's just like nothing changed. It's just the agenda changed. It wasn't about truth and trippiness and action. It was about ideology, ideology, ideology. It's like it is literally the definition of everything that is wrong with woke culture. I mean, we're going to go into a couple spoilers. This isn't really in depth. It's just my general opinion because I have to make it. So yeah, Neo's not the one, as we foretold. Trinity's the one with Neo. He's not the one by himself, even though she didn't do anything to stop Agent Smith. And she can fly, but Neo can't. Neo just does this the whole time, and the two fight scenes he had with Morpheus and Smith sucked. I mean, we know Keanu Reeves kicks ass. That's why it's annoying. We know he's John Wick. But these scenes were just so under par. Maybe it's a different choreographer for this film than it was in the past, most likely. Just a few quick points. How can Trinity be a MILF to that guy in the coffee shop when she appears old and weird to other people? We saw in the reflection of the table that I thought she appeared older. Maybe she just appears different. She had like blonde, longer hair or something. But I thought she just looked older like Neo. And why would a hot MILF be talking to some weird old guy if Neo looks like some grandpa? And why was Morpheus laughing after he just got, moved and took the red pill? He was like, I mean, talk about breaking the mood, you know what I'm saying? It's awkward. Why is Trinity reaching for Neo in the pods when Neo, escapes and is taken by the thing after he wakes up? Why was Trinity reaching out to Neo when Neo got out? Trinity didn't take a red pill. Why was she magically like, Neo, and then falls back asleep? That doesn't make any sense unless she took a red pill to get herself out of the Matrix again. It just didn't make sense. And why is Morpheus informing Neo the whole time like the first movie? This new Morpheus, who by the way was an agent for some reason, this new Morpheus, if he is new, we don't know if he's the same or whatever, he's informing Neo about everything when that blue-haired girl, Bugs, should have been telling Neo everything. She has all the information. Why would you have Morpheus keep telling Neo when he just got unplugged? He's not some wise wisdom person in this movie. He was just unplugged last week like an agent. How's he all wise all of a sudden? Let's see. They mentioned that. And they mentioned that this movie is apparently Neo, who is a game designer, and the first three films were just a video game the whole time. There was a video game the whole time. So, it just kept showing flashbacks to the first movie. Like, yeah, we saw the first movie. It's making me want to watch this one, the first movie, instead of this garbage. And all the actors were stupid and corny, like the Wachowskis do. Like, she has no clue how to cast. Every single movie she casts someone is stupid. Okay? And Naomi's character, Vivica A. Fox, her character, you hate her in this movie. She has like no redeeming qualities until the very end when they had to escape just to get out of her grasp. She was no help to anyone. And it was really sad to see her character devolve to that. Not that she was an amazing character in the first one anyway. She had like 2 facial emotions. And I'm sorry, I love you, Keanu, but you can't act, bro. I mean, Cyberpunk, why would you want to play a badass rock star dude when you're literally known as the nicest guy on the World Wide Web? Then you play Cyberpunk, some badass asshole rock star guy. It just doesn't work. I mean, Cyberpunk sucked, Matrix 4 sucks. John Wick will probably be good because it's the John Wick people, not these stupid Wachowski people. Anyway, Wachowski wants to claim that the red and blue pill is actually a transgender metaphor the whole time. But no, it wasn't. It was about truth. You're just saying that to be trendy and cool. And look where it got you. This is what trendy and cool gets you. 60 million in the box office or something when you needed like $500 million to break even or something stupid. So anyway, yeah, I still got to see Spider-Man. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. So Spider-Man and Dune, I guess, are going to be the cool movies this year. Last year was nothing much because everyone's freaking out. And the year before that was Joker, 2019. But anyway, super disappointed It just got worse and worse and worse. Agent Smith is some guy, doesn't look, act, talk, or say anything that reminds you of Agent Smith. Even when he says the Smith lines, Mr. Anderson, I mean, it's just some new guy. What is the point? Hugo Weaving and Lawrence Fishburne dodged a bullet on this one, pun intended. But at the same time, their footage from the first films and second films are being used, so they still got paid. It's just the biggest joke ever, and I'm 100% happy I didn't see it in theaters. And also, the Matrix, the letters itself at the beginning is just like some cartoon font, like some Photoshop font, and it had no 3D dimensions like all the other movies. Like, remember in the first one when you zoom in on the text and it looks all crazy in 3D? This just looks like some kind of font. It's just like everything is half-assed these days. They create a franchise and then they create a half-assed version when it's supposed to be better and better. It gets worse and worse. Lord of the Rings to The Hobbit. Worse effects, worse writing, worse everything. It's just like you can't build off a franchise. You have to make something new every single time and not just be, well, let me use the tropes of here and then put in my 2021 ideology there and then all of a sudden I'll make money. No. You go woke, you go broke. Okay? I mean, if you want to get... But here's the thing. Here's the conspiracy, y'all. Disney and Marvel, not the Wachowski people, but those guys are making so much money off Disney Plus that they can just shit out movies all they want. That is why so much garbage is being released the past 2 years, because it's not just quarantine. Quarantine's an excuse to make Disney Plus shows, even though they had it planned already because they're the Illuminati. Anyway, my point is, they're at a point where they can just get money from the streamers and not give two shits about the actual movie and content they put out. Look at the Marvel comics. I mean, there's like fat superheroes, there's transgender superheroes, everyone's a girl if they were a guy, but if you change a girl to, but if you change a guy, they changed a lot of the guys into girls, of course, but if you change a girl into a guy, you can't do that. Never see that. You never see Wonder Man, it's going to be Wonder Woman. But you see Batgirl, you see Supergirl, you see whatever. I don't care. My point is that, do you want to create a new cool idea? Or do you want to just jump on the backs of the people you claim to hate so you can make your own money? All the evil white males who made those comics, you're the ones stealing from them. So what does that say about you if you have to steal from stupid white males to make a buck? And of course, I don't care. I mean, I judge people by the content of their character, and most white Christian males I disagree with about basically everything. So it's not about liking or hating, it's just about disagreeing and then moving on. But anyway, I'm going into a whole other thing. Matrix 4, Matrix Resurrections, it didn't resurrect anything. I mean, the first scene was a blank cut and paste of the first one, but with bugs watching from the outside. The action scenes were stupid. The bullets didn't hit anyone. No one was dodging. No one was in danger. And Neil Patrick Harris, and his forehead, as the Critical Drinker says, or was it someone else? But anyway, yeah, Neil Patrick Harris was just too much of an obvious James Bondy bad guy. Like, oh, I'm smarter than you, but you can't get out of my grasp. And he has like all his henchmen. And then the Horde, it was just stupid. And then the Horde thing, instead of agents, there's like 2 agents. In like 2 minutes of the whole movie, there's like barely no agents. So instead, people just have their eyes turned matrixy and now they're, an agent or whatever. Okay? It's just the same zombie horde bullshit. Like, they literally added no new things. There's a couple new concepts, but most of the concepts were stupid too. And when the good ones were good, they were not delivered correctly. Okay? I remember in 1999 sitting in like the 5th row of the Matrix with my mom and sister a couple rows back. It blew my mind. It changed my life. It made me pick up my first philosophy book. Probably is what got me. And then I started talking to my cousin. He's like, oh, have you read Nietzsche? He was like, no. So the Matrix basically turned me into a philosopher Nietzschean because of the kind of questions it was raising in Plato's cave allegory. What is ethics, morality? Was cipher right? All that stuff we've been talking about for 20 fucking years. Okay. And then they released this, which just goes to show you can't trust actors or writers or anything to be your heroes because they're only going to do their fucking agenda. You might relate to the movie, you might relate to the characters, but the people making this stuff are just going along with the same system. And let's not forget, Neo's expiration date in The Matrix 1, 9/11/2001, and it was filmed in 1998. That's more than a coincidence. They're in the know. They're part of the system that's deceiving us. And of course, the same directors, the Wachowskis, did Cloud Atlas. In the first 2 minutes of that, you see the San Onofre power plants. Okay, so they know what's up. I didn't see any weird symbols in this other than the obvious stuff that we see constantly. But just letting you know, they're not some wise people who are trying to free your minds anymore. They're actually trying to close your minds these days. I mean, that's ironic. It's like they took their own blue pill. But anyway, I think I've ranted enough. Just going to get more and more pissed because I watched it twice too, just to make sure. And yeah, it was even worse the second time. And the music sucked. No, just nothing about it was redeeming. The only cool part was the cinematography. That's about it. Anyway, another fail. I don't know why they're letting Wachowskis make any more movies. Most of their movies are stupid and corny, have no character development. They're just shat on the screen. You know, Jupiter Ascending, another good example. I liked Speed Racer, personally, but it's corny too. I mean, it has to grow on you. This will not grow on you. Matrix 4 will go down in history as the definition of what makes wokeness, terrible. And what Hollywood turns into if you just put agenda before content, Because agenda is not content. You want to post your opinion, write a political article. Don't write a film, a fictional account, and say, oh, the machines prefer the term sentience. Like, that's literally just putting that language tyranny on us about gender pronouns. In The Matrix, Neo's like, we work with machines now? And the girl was like, no, they're called sentience. Get it right, stupid racist white man. It was just so cringy. And then you have these little robots like they're trying to be Root from Guardians of the Galaxy, like we're supposed to get used to AI. It's just a lot of weird subconscious shit. And if it was delivered better, maybe we would be propagandized to that. But because it was so bad, it's obvious that they're using the pronoun thing. They prefer the term sentience, not machines. And then they have a little group thing like, yeah, you're my friend, you're my AI. I don't need to talk to real people. I just need my robot buddy here the whole time. It just perpetuates this ideology, this new world order that's coming, Anyway, sad but true. I'm gonna go read some books now instead of just looking at computers all day. I'm sick of it. Later.